Hello folks, it's time for the daily poem. Today's poem is entitled Day and Night, as requested by Ozzy on my 7 o'clock show. Here we go. Day awoke one morning and the sun was burning bright. She thought how lucky she was as she bid farewell to night. Away from all that darkness and loved by everyone, she thought as she lay back and looked up at the sun. People met and smiled and played, for they could all see clearly. And Day thought again of night, and thought how much he'd clearly loved to share the children's glee as they frolicked by day. No one frolics by night, she thought, as she carried on her way. Everybody loves me, Day thought as she shone and surveyed her bright blue canopy as every cloud had gone. The creatures shared the joy of day, some even chose to mate. Others had to seek cover, though they were not so fortunate. How could anyone be sad or mean in any way? But they were, and wars still raged on by night as by day. But this was no time for melancholy as she admired her adopted flowers. For I am dying here to stay, well, at least for a dozen hours. Yes, how fortunate I am, she thought as she looked up, then paused as the grey skies came by to interrupt, and she became darker still as the blue sky disappeared. She'd been here many times before, this is what she feared. The happy faces ceased to smile as they all fled inside. The day tried to coax them out, but all they did was hide. And the more Day tried to repel the clouds, she got darker still, and then the dreaded rain came down very much against her will. As the rain came lashing down, Day began to wonder. She tried so hard to intervene, but then came the clap of thunder. The skies then burned bright again, but not in the way she'd sought. This was a bolt from the heavens. Oh, what hath God wrought? Day didn't shine bright again until night was due. At least I tried, she thought. I did all I could do. Night sometimes wondered why he was so feared, for although the sun had gone to sleep, the children disappeared. The adults took their places and the moon replaced the sun, and it seemed to him that under his watch the genuine fun began. The shy creatures, they came out too under cover of the night, and where there was total darkness, man had created light. The people laughed and frolicked as they had by day, and although the blue was darker now, the clouds had gone away. The daylight wasn't expected, they all knew where they were. Unlike day, Night pondered, as his thoughts turned to her, for although day could be bright and clear, that often wasn't the case. For sometimes daylight disappeared and darkness took its place. Then as the night reached its autumn, an eerie calm descended. The laughter slowly ebbed away as the day had finally ended. For night shared day and day shared night, they weren't mutually exclusive. They both provide an environment for all creatures to live. And without us both there'd be no life, Night thought as a new day dawned. And Day agreed when she turned up to usher in the morn. And as they sat upon the cusp and watched night turn to day, they looked at their broad canvas and the beauty on display. And Night remarked that Day made it possible to be seen, but Day reminded Night that none of this would be possible without him giving Day her needed rest, and that they were both allies and not in a contest. So Night passed on the baton to his eternal friend until 12 hours later, when he'd be back again. And Day then did her best to shine for hours till night came, and smiled about how her different friend and she were just the same. Thank you.